Merry meet Aquarius, Aquarius sun sign, rising sign, and or moon sign. Sorry about that, Aquarius. I still had the daily reading laid out here. This is a 2-week reading for all you Aquarius starting today, the 9th of June, 2024. We are streaming live on YouTube and on Twitch. Moderating today on YouTube are the lovely Honeypaw and the lovely Shirley, and moderating on Twitch is the lovely Jennifer. Thank you so much, moderators. And thank you, Aquarius and friends of Aquarius, for joining us today. I'm reading with this Gulliver Tarot, and I've already purified with this beautiful Roger and Gallet cologne. And you can find links to purchase each of those products in the video description of this video on my YouTube channel. If you're watching us live on YouTube and you don't want to watch me shuffle, you can fast forward through the shuffling by using the timestamps right in the video description. If you're watching us on YouTube, please make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. If you're watching on Twitch, please make sure you follow us on Twitch. You can watch on Twitch without any ads when you subscribe to us there. We have a shop at arielscornershop.com, arielscornershop.com. Those are a lot of affiliate links, which means we make a small commission off of each and every sale, and we so appreciate your support. But also reminding you that we do have a new shop in the works, and we will have that ready to premiere for you very soon. I guess that's called a launch, not a premiere. Let's see. This goes out to a lot of people, so if for some reason, if it doesn't seem to apply to you, Aquarius, just disregard it because it may not be your reading. In that case, check out the zodiacal readings for your other signs. And also remember that we have a general reading for all signs every day except for Monday. If you'd like to give us a donation, you can do that by going to paypal.me/ArielGatoga. paypal.me/ArielGatoga. If you're on YouTube, you could use a super sticker, super chat, or super thanks to give a donation if you feel like it. We do appreciate your support. And Aquarius, we really appreciate you for being here for this 2-week reading. And I am so happy we're finally streaming. I was having a little trouble with the software. Sometimes that happens. And so now it's here and we're ready for you. So I'm going to finish shuffling this maybe once more, and then I'll give this deck a nice clean cut. And then we'll see what's in the cards for all you gorgeous Aquarius. 2-week reading. 2 whole weeks. Okay, let's see. We've got the Emperor. I love the Emperor. The 2 of Coins. And the Queen of Coins. You're doing great. You are doing so well. Don't be impatient. Things are working out. Remember, it's all about the Queen of Coins is all about you nurturing. You don't nurture things by being impatient with them. You nurture them by letting them be just the way they are and knowing that all of those financial or whatever seeds that you've been planting are germinating, they are growing, and you're doing great. You are really doing great. There's no rush. It's all perfect. Now, this Emperor... The Emperor is an interesting card. Everybody's got a bit of a different idea of what it means. The Emperor, like the Pope, they're both cards about authority and power. But the Emperor in my tarot, the Emperor in the way I read the tarot, the Emperor is all about how you deal with your own authority, how you deal with your own empire, versus the Pope, which is something that's seen as an external source that makes us feel powerless. This is how you find your power. You have to think of you don't have to do anything, but it's good to think of your life as your empire. And there's been all kinds of different kinds of emperors. Just being an emperor is no guarantee that you're going to be good at it, right? And there's been some really bad emperors. There have been some really ineffective emperors. There have been some very fearful emperors. There have been some very fearless emperors. There have been emperors that have been cruel, and some that have been very kind and beneficial and really helped their people. And that's up to you as to what kind of an emperor you're going to be, but an emperor you are nonetheless. And so when you can take charge of the fact that you have that much power in your life, you can think about your life in a different way. Now remember that an emperor can't function without advisors, without a team, and you have an invisible team. You may have visible people, actual people that help you, and that's wonderful. But I'm talking about your invisible team. You have silent helpers. And I look at that team as really being for myself, a singular inner teacher that works really well for me. But sometimes that teacher shows up as a multitude of helpers. But the bottom line is that if I'm being a good emperor, that means that I'm following. I'm stepping back and letting my guide lead the way. And I just follow. That's my choice. You don't have to do that. You have the choice to do whatever you want. But I know for myself that I'm a better emperor when I step back and let my guide show me where to go. And what happens that's really interesting is the more we do that on the internal planes, the more it looks like we are so powerful and we've really got our stuff together and we really know what we're doing on the external plane. Whereas if on the internal plane we think, no, I've got to do this myself and I know what I'm doing and me, on the external plane, it looks like we don't know what we're doing. So it's important to realize that a lot of times the people that you think are really powerful are actually that because they are following an inner guidance rather than coming up with stuff all by themselves. So think about that. Think about the idea that you can be a very effective emperor if you are really following the lead of your inner guide. Now, this 2 of coins, like I said, is the warning not to be impatient about things, because when you're impatient, sometimes you'll be impulsive. You don't want to be impulsive right now because everything's perfect, Aquarius. It's going along perfectly, no matter what you think and no matter what you say. It's going along perfectly for you. All you have to do is nurture. You nurture everything that's happening. You let it be just the way it is. You don't try to change anything right now, and it will grow of its own accord. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. We've got the Page of Cups, and look at this beautiful 7 of coins. Isn't that lovely? Like I said, if you are nurturing things, you can expect an upgrade. If you let things be the way they are and not try to push anything, not try to rush anything, you're going to notice that just by being kind and loving to yourself and to your projects and to even to your mistakes, everything that's going on in your life, if you're just kind and nurturing to it, just really embodying that Queen of Coins, that you're just like the master gardener and you're just going to do nothing but weed and garden and water and fertilize and doing all this stuff, prune, just being very sweet and kind to yourself and everything around you, what you're going to notice is that out of the blue even, things just upgrade. Those little shoots that you thought were going to be so cute become these massive vines that provide for you, that provide all kinds of abundance, all kinds of prosperity in forms and ways that you weren't even expecting because you didn't push that river. Now this Page of Cups is the good news card, and it's sitting on the crown of the entire reading. So your best, especially if you're feeling like, oh, I got to hurry up with this. Oh, this needs to happen fast. The best thing you can do in response to that is sit in silence and ask for the good news. Ask to be shown what the good news is. And there's a lot of good news. And the either our own ego minds or the ego minds of other people, the world at large, wants to distract us from good news all the time. The better the news, the more the distractions will come up. And so that's our job as spiritual masters, is to learn how to say no to those distractions and to take some time every day to sit in silence and to receive the good news and to be satisfied with nothing less than the good news that's coming straight from Spirit. Coming straight from Spirit. This Wheel of Fortune is something that's been happening for a while. And it's just getting started. This thing is cranking. It's maybe been it seems like because of this impatience, it may be turning slowly at first, but it's picking up momentum. And as it picks up momentum, it's going to become a gyro. It's going to become a dynamo that really expands your good in ways that are maybe even bigger than what you were expecting. But by the same token, when that gyro gets turning really fast, if you're not centered, it can feel very volatile. It can be like not a fun feeling. I mean, even if you like roller coasters, it's not a fun feeling when it's like, when you're being thrown around by the wheel of fortune. And that's not the wheel's fault, because you don't belong on the wheel, you belong on top of the wheel. And how do you get on top of the wheel? By doing the same thing that you're being called on to do here with this Page of Cups, by sitting and centering yourself, by staying centered and focused, really, really leaning into any kind of meditational practice that you're doing or that you've been wanting to do as being the most important thing in your life. More important than business, more important than family, more important than anything. And it's not that it's more important, it's just that it should be your first priority. Because if it's first, then you're sitting right where you belong, and this wheel is free to spin as quickly and as big as in as big of a fashion as necessary to expand your good. So sometimes because we do, especially if you are connected to your inner guide, the inner guide will slow down or help to slow down your success if you're not centered, just out of compassion, so that you don't get thrown about. So one of the ways that you can handle this impatience that things aren't going fast enough is to find more time to center yourself, more time to be in silence, more time to really focus the mind and be in meditation. And it's not that you should be meditating hours and hours a day, but just daily, making it your first priority. Maybe once in the morning and once at night and once in the middle of the day if you need it. And it doesn't have to be for long periods of time, but something that is the crux of whatever your practice is that meditation, is that silence, is that centering. And when you can do that, that gives permission to this Wheel of Fortune to go as fast as it needs to in order to bring to you everything that is for your highest good. And everything that's for your highest good really does include a great deal of upgrade. Think about if everything in your life started to upgrade. Your wardrobe started to upgrade. Your home started to upgrade. Your furniture started to upgrade. Your relationships started to upgrade. Your cash flow started to upgrade. Your health started to upgrade. What would that feel like? And I'm talking about the physical, tangible things in the world. If everything just started to upgrade, how would that feel? Ultimately, it should feel great, but sometimes if it happens too quickly, it's very stressful. So prepare for it now by really disciplining yourself to be the best emperor you can be, by relaxing and centering, letting that good news in, and letting yourself be guided at each and every turn so that you make great decisions for your empire. And your empire is ready and poised to thrive in huge ways, in ways that, like I said, you may not have even fathomed were possible for you. And that's the beauty of these sevens. These upgrades are amazing. So it's a great reading, Aquarius. You are on such the right track. You really are doing great. There isn't one negative card in here. The only thing I wouldn't even say it's negative, but the only thing that we are being told for you is to watch out for the impatience. And the way you deal with that impatience is you lean into your meditation. You lean into your spiritual practice. You lean into being guided, and you also lean into nurturing everything in your life. Be the embodiment of that Mother Earth figure, where you're nurturing everything and everyone around you. And when you do that, letting everything be exactly the way it is, just letting it be the best thing that it is already, without trying to change it, without trying to push it, definitely without trying to rush it, you're rewarded with all of these upgrades that seem to come out of nowhere. But they're not coming out of nowhere. They're coming out of your own ability to center yourself and to focus yourself and to ask for guidance. And that's the power of being an emperor. It's the wonderful reading. Okay, so we've got two cards that are indicating meditations for you, should you desire. For the Emperor, there's a meditation called Claiming Your Royal Powers. And for the Wheel of Fortune, there is a meditation called Expanding Your Good. You can find all those Tarot Trump meditations by following the link in this video description on YouTube. Thank you so much for being here. You are doing great. I'm so proud of you. And we'll see you in a couple weeks. And thank you so much to the amazing moderators. Today we had Honey Paw, Shirley, and Jennifer. And we'll see you in 2 weeks, Aquarius. Blessed be.